What is up, bosses? Welcome to the Digital Boss Life. I have a very special guest today. Her name is Stacy from Making Money Online with Stacy. I'm super pumped up. This is one of her first interviews, so I'm excited to be the first. And Stacy very quickly has developed success in affiliate marketing and success as an online brand in just a couple months here. So a few numbers for you: 23,000 on YouTube, 23K real quick. Over who's this? Is it's 430,000 on TikTok, right? And she even has a video where she talks about going from $0 to $12,000 in just 2 months. Pretty incredible stats. Stacy, I'm excited to have you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your story and your journey into affiliate marketing?
Yeah, sure. So, hey, everybody. So thanks again for having me on this interview. It's great. Like I said, it's one of my first ones. So don't mind me if I seem a little bit, not completely comfortable like you do on camera. But yeah, a bit about my story. So before I started doing anything online, I was working like a regular 9 to 5, sometimes shift work. I used to work at a nuclear plant or a nuclear station. So there's a lot of shift work when you work at a place like that. It's open 24/7. They don't stop making power for people. So I went, between working shift work, 12-hour shifts, night and day, sometimes just regular 9 to 5 hours. But a lot of that, shift work and time like that took me away from my family. So I have a daughter that's 11. I have a husband as well. I have 2 dogs. I love spending time with them. But, when you're working at a place where you work shift work, like days and nights, it takes you away from like the things that matter to you, like your family and stuff like that. And, like I said earlier when we were talking, like in the 5 years that I was working shift work, I actually worked like 6 years worth of hours, like in that time, which, when you kind of calculate that out and you think, oh my gosh, that was like an extra year away from my family. And it was really starting to kind of wear on me. So I started looking for a way to make some extra money, hoping that I could work less hours at my job. And that kind of led me to trying to find a way to make money online. So, I started kind of like the typical ways that everyone kind of starts. I started with, well, maybe not everyone, but one of the things very popular, like drop shipping. So, with drop shipping, if anyone's tried it, like there's a lot of, like you said, moving parts, like a lot of things that can go wrong. And I started that in 2017 and it did pretty well, like for the first year, but like gross wise. But by the end of the year, like all my ad accounts got shut down, like Facebook, and my merchant accounts started getting hit just because of, long shipping times and things like that with drop shipping. So I kind of started pivoting towards trying to do just online ads for other businesses or other people, helping them do things like that. But then what happened is like COVID and everything happened. And that kind of put, threw a wrench in that plan because small businesses were kind of being told they can't work and they didn't want to pay anyone to do, online ads or to run their marketing because they were kind of hurting for money too, just kind of like everybody, which then led me to trying to find a different way where I could, have something that I promote myself. And, that brought me to affiliate marketing. And that was at the end of last year when I kind of got to that point and I found, Legendary Marketer, and I started trying affiliate marketing with TikTok, and that kind of brought me to here. And it's one of those things where you kind of wish you would have started with affiliate marketing first. You wish you knew about that, but you can't change history. But yeah, so that's kind of my story in a nutshell. So it was kind of more from a place of just wanting to have control more over my life, like spend time with my family and not be spending all my time at a job that I didn't love, that I really, wasn't inspiring to me, and I wanted more time to do what I wanted. So yeah, that led me to where we are right now.
So that's amazing. And here's what I want to touch on a little bit. So I come from a place where same thing. And I think this is the big online sell for a lot of people is the reason that you do this, folks, is because you get to work from home, or you get to work from anywhere. You get to make your own schedule and hang out with your family and just kind of live your life or construct your life or your job the way you want to. Whereas obviously working for somebody else, you can't. Now I come from a situation where I was a gym owner, so now I'm the boss, and I had to get out of it because it was, I burnt out doing that, right? I burnt out being the boss and trying to train so many people and even having a staff, right? So I got out of that lifestyle because I realized that even having a land-based business is like, that's for the birds as well. I got to get into online business. So let's talk a little bit about like how your online business has changed your daily life, right? Even
Sure.
with your family and your schedule and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So the only part I left out from my story was like the actually quitting of my job. I didn't touch on that. So like we talked about it a little bit, but so there was at one point where I was like, okay, I can't do both because I was trying to run, have my 9 to 5 job, like shift work job, 9 to 5 job, and run an online business, which made it even worse, right? Because then you have even less time to spend with your family because you're trying to juggle both things at the same time. So
Yeah.
I just picked a date and I said, as of this date, I'm quitting my job. And it was like a few months in the future. And I said, no matter what point I get to, I'm quitting because I can't do both. And I'm going to just trust myself that I'm going to make this work. So, the date came, I just walked out. I didn't even tell anyone I was quitting my job. I just walked out and then I sent them an email the next day saying I'm not coming back. And like, that was it. And the thing is, it's funny when you actually start an online business, how it does change your life, kind of transitioning to your actual question, like how has it changed my life? Now I get to pick when I want to work. I get to make my schedule around, when my daughter's having something at school, or maybe I actually have an appointment or something like that. Something where you're used to having to ask a boss and say like, hey, can I maybe have 2 hours off in the afternoon to go to an appointment? Or, my daughter has a day off school. Can I please have the day off? And you're asking permission to do those things. Like when you decide to like start your own business or have your own business, like you get to pick that. So there is no asking permission from anyone to have your own time to yourself. You get to control that completely yourself. So if anything, like that's the main thing that I want. Like it's not even the money. I don't even really want to, I don't want to be like super rich or anything like that. I just want to be able to do what I want when I want. That's it. Like I don't really have a number that some people and like if anyone wants to have a certain number in their bank account, that's totally fine. That everyone has their own choice. But for me, it's not money, it's time. Like I just want to have the freedom to do what I want, spend time with my daughter and watch her grow up and not miss out on those things that I missed out for years working shift work. So it's changed like everything in such a short amount of time. It's great. And I mean, I would never go back, even if my business is tanked, right? And they go down to zero. I wouldn't go back to getting a job. I'd find another way to make money online. I'd make it work. I wouldn't work for anyone again. Like there's no way.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the big thing, when you and again, I was a business owner. That's supposed to be the pinnacle. You're the boss. And I recognize, trading time for money or having to show up at a place and being on other people's schedules, like, they're the boss, my
Mhm.
staff, the people that I work with, and it was an amazing experience. My staff was amazing. The people I work with are amazing. So I'm not downplaying that, but still I'm on their schedule. And I really wanted to focus on me, putting in all those hours, 5 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at the night, this gym life, Monday through, through Saturday. Not a
Mhm.
lot of time for me as the health and fitness guy to really kind of focus on my health and fitness. So the ability to kind of work from home, do all the workout routines and
Yeah.
meditation, all the stuff I want to do is incredible, right? So I'm super excited and pumped up that you did probably what most people would not do, which is I guess kind of burn the boats, right? Burn the boats
Mhm.
and hop into something that you had no idea that you were, that what to do or how to do it. You just bet on yourself and did it, right? A lot
Yeah.
of people wouldn't do
Yep.
that, right?
No, yeah. And people, it's funny because I would get, after that happened, you get messages from people who knew you from your work and they're like, are you okay? Like, is something wrong? Like they think that's something. And I would just respond back. I'm like, I am so great. Like, you don't even know. Like, and they think you're lost your mind, but like, it's true. Like when you're not that mentality, you don't get it. But when you know that's what you want, there's no question.
Yeah. What do you think that is this like something you grew up with? Like, did you always have this type of mentality or something that
Uh,
you developed
no.
later?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't like my parents weren't like business owners or anything like that. My dad's an engineer. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. So I think maybe more it comes from like seeing how my mom was able to spend time with us growing up because she didn't have a job, like she was home with us. So I think a lot of it comes from like, the things you learn when you're a child and you're growing up. And I always felt like I was missing that with my daughter. Like I don't get to stay home with her. I miss all of those things that like I remember my mom being there for. So I don't think it really came from like an entrepreneur like background because I didn't really have any of that. My parents didn't really like put that into us as kids, but more of a, I have a specific lifestyle that I want. And I've always been well, I think it's driven and partially like impatient. I don't have a lot of patience for stuff. So when I want something, I just do it. I got to just get it now and I got to make it happen. So I think that's kind of what pushes me forward, because I need to see it happen like now. Now I know it takes time, right? And that's kind of one of the hurdles I've sort of been working with as, being a new entrepreneur and stuff like that, is knowing that you do have to have patience. But yeah, I think it was more so just seeing what I grew up with and wanting a version of that. Not the same thing, but like a version of being able to be with my family when I want to.
And the magical internet has presented us all with
Mhm.
an opportunity, something that didn't even exist,
Yep.
15,
Yep.
20 years ago, that exists
Oh yeah.
now for us to work from home. So you made
Yeah,
the
it's great.
leap, you knew what you wanted,
Mhm.
which I think is a big thing for people to like. Most people don't really sit down and think about what they want, starting
Mhm.
first from like, how do I want my day to go, and what do I
Yeah.
want my life to look like, and
Mhm.
do I want to be with my family more and hang out with my daughter, whatever,
Mhm.
but do I want to have time to myself to work, whatever it is. Like, a lot of people
Mhm.
don't,
Yeah.
because we're so stuck in that 9 to 5 mentality, the
Mhm.
school system mentality, which is 9 to 5,
Mhm.
the 9 to 5 mentality, where these are the way things work, right? And even me, coming from a business owner, a land-based business owner aspect, it's like, hey, you're your business. You're supposed to be there all day, grinding your life away.
Mhm.
And most people have never stopped to think, before probably COVID starts,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yep.
COVID is generating a lot of thinking for people, like, oh, this online stuff is a legit thing. Like, most people have probably haven't stopped to think like, well, if my life was perfect, how would it go? And
Mhm.
then, like, how do I bridge the gap between where I'm at and where that is? So
Yeah.
so again, I'm super pumped up and excited that you've done this, and you're obviously making it work very well. Let's touch on this. Let's touch on, we talked about some of the other stuff you've done. So affiliate marketing versus drop shipping, affiliate marketing versus a marketing agency. These are other
Mhm.
business models that people will want to come online. And usually,
Mhm.
us as affiliate marketers, we kind of poke at them a little bit. And
We
I've
do.
been in a few of these models myself, not
Mhm.
drop shipping, but a few other models, and
Mhm.
ultimately landed on affiliate marketing. So let's touch a little bit on that and the
Sure.
differences that you see.
Yeah, so like the biggest comparison I see the most, like, and I'm sure like other people who are watching this and you yourself see, is the comparison to like drop shipping and affiliate marketing. I mean, I see it a lot because that's probably what I look at. But the big difference that I have personally experienced is you can do big numbers with drop shipping, and like gross wise, my drop shipping business did really big numbers in a year. But the difference is the profit margin. So like when I did my drop shipping business, the best, like the profit margin I was getting was like 10%, maybe like 12%, which is not like, it's not the greatest. I'm sure there's other people who are doing way better like profit margins as drop shipping, but it's still capped at a certain point because you have to buy the products, you have to pay for your ads and stuff like that. Where like affiliate marketing, for at least my business, it's like 90% profit, not like even higher than that. Like, you know what I mean? Like up to like almost not 100%. I do have some business expenses, but it's majority profit. So you, even if you're putting out the same effort, let's just say like drop shipping and affiliate marketing took the exact same effort, you're taking home more in your pocket. And there's less, like, using your words, less moving parts, less things you have to deal with. Like there's no customer service with affiliate marketing. There's no dealing with merchant accounts, with shipping problems, like emails or like VAs or anything, unless you really want like people to work in your affiliate marketing business when you get to that point. But you can make a higher profit for yourself doing less work with affiliate marketing. And that's kind of what I saw, because drop shipping does take a lot of effort, and both do. So does affiliate marketing. But if you're just going to compare like effort to effort, you get more profit with the one, in my experience. And then to like like an agency, or if you're doing marketing for people, it's a service based where you're constantly dealing with clients. So they're calling you whenever they want to, like it's on their time, because like you said, kind of with your business, when you have staff, kind of like they're the ones who you're accountable to. It's not like you're really working for yourself, like you're working for your clients. So it's another thing where you are spending more of your time dealing with, help, like the people, and their interpretation of how well you did for them will mean how much money you make, right? And you could have given them the exact answer what will actually work for them, but it's their interpretation, right? So I think it depends on what you really want to do. Like there is no wrong choice, but for my personal opinion, I prefer affiliate marketing after trying those 3 different things, just because it allows me more free time at a higher profit, and I don't have to deal with as many things that could potentially go wrong. I mean, that's just me personally, though. Everyone will have a different opinion.
Yeah. So it's kind of like affiliate marketing. You know, you're creating your own brands depending on how you do affiliate marketing, because I think there's 2 distinct different ways. Some people, there's the branded version, which is what we
Yep.
do, and then there's the faceless brand, right? So I think there's a couple ways you could approach affiliate marketing
Right.
where you don't have to be a brand.
Right.
But what I think what we both think the big benefit is, like, we're selling our own thing, right? We're selling
Right.
ourselves and our ability to kind of teach and lead and pointing people towards products that we think are going to help them do a similar thing, right? Build a business
Right.
online and make money.
Yeah.
In terms of drop shipping, I think the takeaways for people, lots of logistical stuff to do. You got to find a product, you got to source the product, you had to have it shipped over, and then by the time you do all that, and then put all the money into advertising, you're not taking that much profit, right? And you can generate big numbers, but for the same effort, as Stacy says, you can generate more profit for the same effort. So one of the things I'm always looking for is, like, how do we do this easier? Like, I always want to be more efficient and make things easier, right? And a lot of people are looking like they really ultimately they want to make things more difficult, because we're taught that as well. We're taught like hard work, grind, hustle. And I'm trying to do the complete opposite. I'm trying to do the absolute least amount of work to get the most result and profit possible. So again, when I compare the 2 business models, I'm like, especially as a beginner and you don't know any of this stuff, like, you're going into this stuff and you kind of understand advertising and you understand the Facebook platforms, and still kind of look at it like, wow, that's a lot of stuff to do. So guys out there, if you're a beginner, like, you can certainly make money doing it. If you put the focus, you put the effort on it, you can make money doing it. The big question is, why would you put yourself through all that, right? And then the other business model, marketing agency, and I went through similar things where I try to help people, because I knew Facebook advertising, I know marketing, I know how to put together a funnel and how to do this email marketing stuff. And I ran through a similar situation where, for me personally, it's just like, I just didn't have as much juice to do a thing for someone else as I would have the same juice to do it for myself. And that's kind of been some of my journey the last couple of years, is trying out these different models and ultimately recognizing, like, the thing I'm going to sell, the easiest thing for me to do is pick up the phone and speak into it. Why would I work for someone else? And again, be on their thought process on what my work is doing. I also have to, is another thing, is like, now you're dealing with someone in their entire business. So you're not only like, you could do your job amazingly and still have them screw the whole thing up. So you may potentially have to go into someone, you could be amazing at driving traffic, amazing at doing a funnel. And if you go into their business and the owner doesn't have the appropriate mindset, and they don't have good systems, they don't lead their staff well, you could do all that well for them and still get fired because they're screwing up.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're a person who wants to take, more personal accountability and be in more ownership of your things, and you're a beginner, right? Or you just want to compare models, like, affiliate marketing is a great place to go. I want to come back in a little bit to kind of what your routine looks like. I think that's very important. But before we do that, let's talk about, and maybe I'll just put a number on it to make it simple. Like, what do you think are, like, the 3 biggest keys to your success in affiliate marketing so quickly? Let's talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, I think one is definitely consistency, because like, when I kind of did this as a test when I was doing affiliate marketing. I'm like, let me pick a really popular product that I know is selling. And I kind of took that from dropshipping. Like, you pick a product that you already know is popular, and then pick a platform that, because I wanted to try to do it for free, because I'm like, I don't want to pay for ads, because I just want to see if I can do this, like, with free traffic. So I'm like, let's try TikTok, because I know the organic reach, like the free reach on that, like, views was like through the roof right now, and let's just test it out. So the one thing that I promised myself I would do is you're going to get up and you're going to post 3 videos a day, every single day for 3 months, no matter what. So like number one is consistency. You have to be consistent. And the second one is like don't focus on perfection, because that was something I struggled with always before. Like I wanted it to be perfect. I thought a lot about what kind of people would think about me. That's another thing that is kind of, will hold you back when you're sort of worried about what other people will think about you. But I kind of tried to put blinders on and not think about that. So like, don't focus on perfection, just do. And then the other one is to just test things out, like testing. And I think that's where I think a lot of people kind of get hung up is you don't know the answer until you actually do the thing. And failure doesn't matter. Like there's no such thing really as failure, because you're testing something. It's a result. And then you need to take that and see what happens. And then you learn from it. So, so those would be my 3 things, is just, consistency, like just make sure you don't think about what anyone else thinks, just do every day. And then test all your ideas, because I know I could ask you like, Frank, what do you think I should do about this? And you would give me your advice, but I won't really know what happens until I do it. So just keep testing and don't focus on failure, because, when you fail, you learn. And, the people who fail the most learn the most. And, that's what I think anyways. Maybe it's because I've failed a lot of different things, and maybe that's just what I tell myself, but, I do believe that's true. So, maybe maybe those are typical keys, maybe not, but like personally, that's what I kind of go by every day, because if you're too hard on yourself and you're constantly worried about making a mistake and it stops you from taking those steps every day, then you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to achieve what you want.
Yeah, I think, well, interestingly, you didn't mention anything about like autoresponders and software and email
No.
sequences and the what product you're promoting. And this is important, for people to understand. This is all mindset.
Yeah.
Mindset stuff. How you think and approach, operating a business, and to touch on kind of some of your points, I made the same post yesterday on my Instagram. It's like, how do you operate a business? The truth is, like, most people start a business, there's the step-by-step process that some people before you can lay out for you. And especially in affiliate marketing, this is the biggest, the biggest niche where people go, here's like, do this, do that. Like every video is, here's the step-by-step process. Somehow people still struggle to follow it. So it's really like, it truly is in your mindset and your approach. But, again, until you put yourself out there and be willing to quote unquote fail, which I agree. Like, I don't think like failure is only a thing if you decide that you're going to stop going for your dream and your vision. Right.
Yeah.
And a point I think that's very important to you and I, and it's like the dream and the vision is bigger than being a business owner and the money. The dream and the vision is about living a life that you're excited about, and that's why you do online business. So that's your aiming point. But the way you do it is you say to yourself, what's my goal? What are the steps I think? What are the things, the system or operations I think that I need to do to get there? And then you start doing it. And then you figure out what's working, and you figure out what's not working, and you eliminate the stuff that's not working, and you do more of the stuff that's working. And then you rinse and repeat that process until you achieve your goal. And that's business. And anyone who's been doing business for a while will tell you, like, most of the time, most people don't have any clue what they're doing. They just start doing stuff, right? And is what probably you see with a lot of people that ask you questions and advice and trying to get into affiliate marketing. They're trying to perfect the game plan, the roadmap before they even start. So they generally don't start before they think like, how do I get this perfect plan? And everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth, right? That's an old Mike Tyson saying, until you get punched in the face, right? And that's business in general, in online business as well. So I think you made some great points there. Again, we didn't talk about autoresponders and email sequences and what software versus this software, and if the product that you're choosing to promote is oversaturated or any of those things, because it's got nothing to do with that. What it has to do is your ability to put yourself out there in front of people in this influencer game that we're running here, and test some stuff out and see what's going to work. and obviously being judged is part of it, right? Like
Yep.
that's a
Yeah.
big thing for people. So maybe touch
Mhm.
more on a little bit on that, like, that
Yeah.
thought process and how you kind of get past it.
Well, yeah, because when you come from like the marketing side of things, and you could maybe relate to this, but it's always people showing how well they've done, right? So it's really hard to kind of get lost in try to like judge yourself against other people's success. And like I kind of struggle with that, because for a long time I was like, well, like who's really going to want to listen to me, because I don't really have like huge big results that I've ever done. Like what do you like? And like the thing is, that doesn't really matter. Like everyone has an audience, and even if you're just starting out, people will relate to that, and people will want to follow you on your journey. And there is, everyone started at zero, right? So I mean, if you are always comparing yourself, there's always going to be someone doing better than you, but the truth is you're always going to be able to help someone who's just starting too. You're always one step ahead of someone who's just starting. So I think like once you kind of think about that, there's always someone else maybe I can help. Someone can maybe learn from me because I'm on day 2, but there's someone on day 1. So maybe I can help those people. And I think that's kind of something that um, I kind of try to focus on. Like, it doesn't matter about the people who are above me because they're on a different journey than me. I'm trying to help the people come along, who maybe aren't as far along as me. And there's always going to be people who need help no matter, where they are. So I try to tune out, any of the negativity. And on social media, there's tons. Like, there's always going to be like people in the comments and people in the whatever. So that I still kind of like, I just try to not look at, because it still kind of, bothers me a little bit when I see it. But again, that's something that I think always kind of just be working on. But that shouldn't stop you from getting your dream, like your goal. Like, don't let negative people stop you from getting what you're trying to achieve in your life.
Yeah, and I think that's, perfectly said, and for a lot of people to understand, like there's a tribe out there for you, and not
Mhm.
you're going to look at the big influencers, and the reality is, because I've worked with many of the big influencers, I've spent over $100,000 learning about online business, so I've been around some of these big people. The reality is, it's like, some people are going to want to work with the top dog, right? But there's a larger percentage of people, and important to understand, like the top dog, he's barely got time to have a conversation with you. So you're going to pay him a bunch of money, and you're going to get very limited time to work with these people. So there's many people out there, like, they're a little intimidated by the top dog, believe it or not, and they're looking for someone who's, a level or two above them. And, there's more room for conversation. So there's room for everybody in the billions of people who are online, who have also yet to come online. There's 2 billion subscribers, Facebook and YouTube. There's billions of people have yet to even like get onto these platforms. So there's a tribe out there for you, no matter who you are, and everyone's gonna identify more with some people. Like people are gonna look at Frank from the Digital Boss. There's gonna be certain people, probably mostly guys, but some women as well. They're gonna look at me, and the way I carry myself, the way I speak, and they're like, I want to learn from that guy. And then there's going to be a certain amount of people who are going to look at Stacy La and say, that's my mentor, that's my guru right there. And they're probably, maybe some of them are going to be the same, but a lot of them are going to be fairly different, right? So there's somebody out there. There's your tribe is out there for anyone who decides to get into this, and you want to genuinely teach and then genuinely lead people, with what you know. So I think it's amazing that you've kind of identify those things and step through them. Let me ask this. So approach to affiliate marketing in terms of, how many products do you promote? And I know the big dog product, and we spoke about Legendary Marketer. We're both
Mhm.
promoting Legendary because you, like me, I'm sure we both believe like it's an awesome program, right? Awesome
Yeah. Yeah.
program, awesome platform to be involved in. Now,
Mhm.
most affiliate marketers are probably what I always say is like the thing that makes affiliate marketing awesome, which is the variety and the flexibility to go and promote so many things, is the same thing that makes it very difficult and hard for people to do, is the idea that I can do all these things. So let's get a feel for like how many things do you like promote at once?
So the way that I started, and I don't know if this is the way that I will continually do it, but the way that I'm doing it right now is I look for products that complement each other, because I find it's easier to kind of build that into like a system to help people. So like with Legendary, which is great, Legendary is like the starting point, which teaches people kind of online business, right? So you need to know that before you can sort of do anything like online. But with that, you don't necessarily need, but there's tools that you can use to help you along with your business. So I recommend like a funnel building. So do you want me to actually say the products, or do you want to just, does it really matter? It doesn't really matter.
Up to you, completely up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So a funnel building software, and then also like a domain hosting, because I feel like a domain is something you need, and also like a funnel or a website is something that you need. So those two things will also help people. So I'm always looking for things that will help people achieve what they want in their goal, because I mean, like, I think that's the best way, or the easiest way, even as an affiliate marketer, to do it. Stay within like a specific niche, because then people actually relate to what you're saying and trust that. It's more trust, right? Because if you're kind of just recommending, one thing in this niche, then something completely different, and then something else, and it just kind of seems all over the board, people kind of might get a little bit confused. Like, what are you, what are you doing here? Like, I'm following you, even if you don't know they're following you. Like, they could be following you, like, behind the scenes, and you never know. You may cause like some confusion. So I kind of try to keep things within the same wheelhouse, so that, and stuff that I use, because I don't want to really necessarily recommend something I don't use, because then it's hard to create content on it. But then if I recommend it and it ends up being like crap, then like that's my name, right? That's my personal brand, and I don't want to ever recommend something to somebody that's not going to actually help them. So right now it's really just 3 products, and then I sort of use my YouTube channel as a way to test other products that I think would be good, that might help people as well. But for the most part, it's just, things to help people, run their online business day to day.
So I'll sum that up for people, real quick again. And that's the exact strategy that I run. It's one, high ticket product that solves a big problem, which is, how do you do business online? How do you become an online brand and start to sell stuff, affiliate marketing, coaching, other products, right? And within that same funnel, within that same line of thinking, as I draw people into this idea of, hey, we're going to teach you how to, build this business online and do this affiliate marketing stuff, then what are the next products that they need, right? So anyone doing online business, well, you need a funnel building software, you need an email software, you need something with web. Those are obvious things, right? So what Stacy's not doing is she's not over here, she's focused on this one thing. She's doing very well at that, and the reason is the focus. She doesn't got a funnel over here and another system on another platform doing another product and another niche over here, and she's not running around chasing all these different income streams that are available. She's focused on this one income stream through a high ticket product, and the low ticket stuff, the other products or a product suite that comes along in that same funnel, the same people I'm bringing through the same funnel. Now I can generate multiple income streams off of one idea that solves one problem, right? So she's not trying to solve multiple problems and multiple products on different platforms. So I think that's important to point out there, and it's a testament to why you're very successful at what you do. Let's talk TikTok real quick. Let's get your thoughts and best strategies for kind of blowing up on TikTok fast, or the way you
Sure.
have, right?
Yeah. So when I first started, I didn't even really use TikTok at all. I know my daughter used it. She's 11, so she's on TikTok like all the time, but I hadn't really used it. So what my strategy was to first, I spent some time like just getting to know what it was and like looking at the videos. And then I picked some of the most viral videos that I could find, and I just recreated them like myself, not like a complete copy or anything like that. Just put your own spin on it. But like TikTok operates really highly on trends, right? So you have to be looking for the trends and then trying to replicate them yourself, because TikTok kind of looks for things that they know they have audiences for. So if you kind of create something that is kind of way out there, that's never been on the platform before, then it's going to struggle to find people to show that to. So another thing that I found recently, like just kind of over the last little while, after kind of putting out content, like content that you need to draw people all the way to the end, like getting them to watch the whole video, because like your watch time and how long people watch your videos really heavily will impact how well your video does. So if it means making shorter videos for you, like if you're not, great at telling a story on a longer video and getting people to watch all the way to the end, maybe just shorter videos where you're kind of just doing something quick that people are going to want to watch to see what happens. But like if you're a good storyteller, or if you're somebody who can, is really good at hooking people in and drawing them all the way to the end, then, maybe try some longer videos. But so like, getting people to watch a whole video is good. And then the one like best piece of advice like to give anybody that I see, usually this is the case whenever I see people doing their channels and they're not getting the followers, like the number one thing they're not doing is asking people to follow them. Like not having that call to action, like at the end of the video, because if you don't ask people to do something, they're not going to do it. People need to be told what to do. So, I mean, that kind of comes from like the marketing side, like I'm sure, like, too, you have to tell people what you want them to do, or else they're going to just do nothing, which is what you're asking them to do. If you ask them to do nothing, that's what they're going to do. But so it's, I don't really have like a set strategy, but those are the kind of the things that I sort of, I kind of make my content on. Trending stuff, try to get to watch as long as the video as I can, and then giving them a clear request at the end of the video, a call to action for them to do.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Great stuff. And yeah, like I think the overall concept on short form content, which, moving forward, we can take this TikTok theme for you guys out there, and you can just plug it into IG with Reels, and now you can plug it into YouTube with Shorts. So this short form content is something, if you want to grow your business and grow your brand quickly, this point forward in 2021, like this is something to jump on. And it doesn't have to just be TikTok, but same idea, right? Shorter videos, attention spans are limited. So if you're looking to grow more quickly, probably shorter, better than longer, and following the trend. So Stacy is, she's amazing at that. I would recommend definitely checking out what she does. So Stacy, we got a couple minutes here, and I know you got a jet. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is, hey, let's talk about a day in the life of Stacy in terms of how you approach actually kind of doing, being productive and doing your business stuff. What does that like generally look like for you?
Yeah, so like I said, I have a daughter that's young. She's still in school. So right now, kind of with the whole, COVID thing that's going on, she's doing her school from home. So she's home with me all the time. Luckily, she's old enough, she's pretty self-sufficient during the day. So I wake up usually, like, make sure she's set at school. Then I do my recording and everything while she's, in class in, her room or wherever she happens to do her school during the day. And then at lunch, when she's on lunch, I can stop doing what I want to do. I can hang out with her for her lunch, and then we finish off. And then by that point, like I've pretty much recorded my content that I need to for the day or for the next couple days. And then like I get the rest of the day kind of to myself to spend with her and hang out with my husband when he's done working. And so, I mean, it's, the great thing is that if I want to take a day off though, like I can record extra content that I need to for the next 2 or 3 days. And then I don't have to record anything. And then the only thing I need to do is maybe like check some emails or anything like that. Another thing that I try to do at the beginning of the day is I really try to like, I don't even know if I would necessarily call it like meditate, but like I try to take some time and really just visualize what I want from all of this. Like, and it might be something different every day, but I just try to actually like mentally like close my eyes and picture what that looks like. Because, like something that I'm learning more about now is like what you think about the most, like you always get. And it doesn't, so if you worry a lot, like if you're always worried, a lot of the times that thing's going to happen because like you're mentally thinking about it. So, I mean, I used to worry a lot about stuff, right? Like money, whatever, like typical things that you always worry about. But with like the affiliate marketing, I really tried to change that. And I picked certain goals and I mentally thought about it every day. And like the weird thing is when you do that, that stuff happens. Like, and I laugh about it because I'm like, man, I really think I made this happen just by thinking about it. And, it's just amazing what you can do by really just visualizing your goals. So I really try to like take some time and spend like, half an hour at least, like just sitting doing nothing, whether I'm drinking my tea and just closing my eyes and really just mentally visualizing what that looks like, the thing that I want. Because I think it really helps you, relax and keeps you on track too. But so whatever happens, I don't know what happens when you do that, but it works. Like you do get what you want.
Yeah, I think it's quantum physics, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. It's something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And again, I don't think it's any shock or a mistake that you've been able to step out here and create such success in your affiliate marketing business and on TikTok and YouTube so quickly, because you have all the right mindsets to make it happen. So Stacey, this has been incredible. I think the viewers and listeners here at the Digital Boss Life are going to get a ton of value out of listening to you today. Your story is amazing. Your results are amazing. I highly recommend people following Stacy La. By the way, what's the La from? How do we get to the Stacy La?
It's a short form. So my last name's a really long French name. So I just like, I'm Canadian. So like, yeah, I got a French name, of course, but I just short form it because it's too hard when people see it, so they don't know how to say it. So I just cut off the rest of it and just made it La.
I think it's perfect. Defines you perfectly. Stacy La. Defines you perfectly. Where can people find you, Stacy?
Yeah, you can find me on TikTok, Make Money with Stacy La, or on YouTube, same channel name. I also have a Facebook group or Facebook page, all the same name. You can just search the same thing, Make Money with Stacy La. You can find me, but yeah, find me any of those places, and I'm here to help whoever wants it.
Awesome. Yeah, and Stacy and I were talking earlier, and she really wants to go more into, coaching and really helping people do this. Many affiliates, some affiliates, in my opinion, they just want to pass you off to someone else. And I think Stacy and I both, and some of the best affiliates, they're showing you a product or a service that can benefit you, but they're also helping you. So Stacy's going to be getting more into the coaching and development of other affiliates. So if you are interested in working with Stacy, definitely go check her out. Stacy, I very much appreciate our conversation and our interview today. I look forward to your continued success, and maybe we can get you on again in the future when you've created just more levels of success.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. This was fun. I loved it. It was great.
Awesome, Stacy. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.